2-minute warning, they can kick this thing deep.
Line drive to Turpin, and it bounces through his legs. Here he comes. Turpin spinning free. Here he goes. Fastest man in the NFL. Turpin takes it all the way. Touchdown, Dallas.
Welcome to another session with them Dennis boys. You got your boy B.
Debo.
EJ.
Here to recap this Week 12 victory that the Cowboys surprised us with against the Washington Commanders. Man, we're going to start out talking about his offense, man. Debo, what you got about it?
I mean, the offense looked decent. Started out slow. We didn't turn the ball over. Overall, I think we went back to run the ball how we should, like all the other games we won.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should probably try to mix Jonathan Mingo in there a little more. I feel like he gave us a little spunk out there. Jalen Tolbert, he made some decent plays also, but I think that I was really paying attention to him this game. And I really feel like he don't really get open like that unless we scheming him open. But for the most part, I think overall we put together a good game plan to beat the Commanders. So, and the defense shows you that they'll continue to show out if you put out, you know what I mean, stay on the field long enough for them to get some rest to go do what they need to do.
Okay. All right, Dave, what you got to say?
Yeah, I thought we got a pretty good number of first down on some creative plays. I had no problem with the play calling at all. With the usual couple head scratches, but other than that, offensive line blocked well in spots despite our shortages and injuries and what have you. They blocked well in some of the critical situations in which we needed a first down. It was like a mixed bag of different things, which for us turned out to be good. Nothing extravagant, but just enough to put some points on the board, what we need. Our special teams, of course, helped us out a lot. But I thought overall we used a lot of different receivers, which is good. Spread the ball around, which is also good. Running game, Rico Dowdle had a great game. Given props for his hard running. I mean, he was running with a purpose, and that's always a good thing to see. But then he always does. So to put it all together, I thought we had a pretty decent offensive game. Besides all the mishaps and everything that went around the game itself.
I will have to correct you on that special teams part.
What you got to add
Let's not forget those two mishaps they had where we had a block kick and a block punt. So I want to say that they did good, but
I stand corrected. You all right, sir?
They definitely rebound towards in the second half, but that first half was very ugly, and so why really the game was close.
I mean,
Mr. Turpin saved it in the end, though, with great special teams play.
Right, it overshadowed all that ugly.
That's what my mind was on when I said that. I wasn't thinking about other snafus.
Yeah, man, that game had a little bit of everything in it, for real. Think about it. But for the most part, I mean, offensively, it was almost balanced to perfection. We threw the ball 32 times and only rushed the ball. We rushed the ball 28 times. That's all you can ask for. That's good right there. We had 91 rushing yards and 247 passing. That's pretty good. 80, and Dowdle had 86 of those rushing yards. And he had that one fumble, that was lost. But other than that, man, he had a real good game, man. He's having a good, solid season for real.
No, he didn't lose that. He got that taken.
True.
He had that ball. Hey, just weight room on that one.
True. Yeah, it was good defense. Again, can't take nothing away from it.
Okay.
For receiving wise, I mean, I think we got. It's safe to say that we got two good receivers, man, on our roster, man. With Schoonmaker, Schoonmaker been pretty solid, for real, for real.
True.
Like,
True.
we don't miss a beat
That's
when what's his name? I can't think of his name right
Ferguson.
now. Ferguson, yeah, Jake Ferguson when he's out, we ain't been missing a beat for real, for real. Like, I mean, I think he gets more volume per se, but Schoonmaker, man, he's been a safe target for us, man, especially in the red
And
zone.
Brevin looking nice too.
True, Span's
Brevin
starting to get
forward.
used more, so that's a good sign. He a big body, we can use him, especially in the red zone. They definitely need
Right.
to get him more touches in the red zone for real, for real. They use CD a lot more, to move sticks this time. They weren't trying to get all these long, big, crazy plays, which is a good sign. Man, he had 10 catches on 12 targets for 67 yards, but those 67 yards was very meaningful because it was moving the sticks most of the time. So I'm okay with that. But yeah, for the most part, man, Cooper Rush had a good game. He looked like his old self this game. After, as
He
Debo
did.
said, the slow start. After the first drive, he got settled in, man. He was, dishing and divvying out things, man. And everything was rolling, looked smooth. Like I said, the play calling was pretty good. Didn't look predictable, like we kept them off balance and whatnot. So I got to get an
Can
offensive
I
aid.
ask you a question about
Okay.
that? Do y'all think like you said, that we had a nice flow. Offense, we seen the offense do some things that we hadn't seen in
Mm-hmm.
recent weeks. Do y'all think that's because we're learning as we go, or we're just adapting to our situations, or do you think we're actually? Is this something, in other words, that we'll see Thursday in terms of balance, in terms of play calling? Do y'all think that this is a trend, or you think that was just a one-off?
I think it's just the fact that we had from the jump we had some success running the ball, actually getting first downs, and and just not bailing on the run. Like we normally will bail on the run so early and don't give it a chance. But I don't know. I don't know if that's whether because Zach Martin was out or whatever the situation may be with the line. But I mean, we was getting some push. We was actually able to move the ball. So I think it's not just a one time thing. I just think that we didn't bail on the run. So long as the coaches continues to try to run the ball, I think we will have success throwing the ball. Also, like you said, it's a very balanced game. Like we run a very balanced offense, we're gonna see success always. I just don't understand because all the games we've won has been from we being balanced, running the ball, then we throw the ball.
That's very true. That's very true. And I think, they might have accidentally stumbled upon that success, being that they had the substitutes out, two interior linemen like they did. So that's probably what happened where, they were like, look, we got these young guys in here, these subs in there. And we just got to, try to start to get established and run first, try to get us going. And it worked. We stuck to it, stayed true to it. And then the game was low scoring at first. It was what, 3-3,
They
one and a
stayed
half.
3-3 for a whole
It's
half.
field
They
goal game,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it started out real slow. So I mean, you can't abandon
missed
the
and
run.
made.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it was some lot of.
And I'm waiting for my kicker to show back up.
Yeah, he'll
I
be
mean,
there when we need him. Hope when
Hey,
we need him.
I
He
mean,
hasn't been no game
he took.
sidekick, huh?
Yeah, but you gotta look at it like this. And I said it when it happened, when he missed the kick, and I'm like, you gotta look at it like this. He's at some point you're gonna feed into that same energy everybody else is putting out too. It's like, well, if I'm having to always be the one to come out here and score points, and you know what I mean, it's just the same thing. Like everybody leans on everybody. That's why you're called a team because everybody has to do their part in order to be successful. So
Mm-hmm.
at some point it was bound for him to start missing too. I mean, because you just, hey man, like hey, it's the same old song, same old song.
I
You
have
can't
no
you can't
doubt
do
that
that.
I have no doubt that he'll show back up. I mean, I got
Oh, for
confidence.
sure.
I mean,
If we get
he's
if
a
we get
damn
rolling,
good
he
kicker.
he not gonna miss no more.
When it counts, he'll be there.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And when we needed him, he was making the kick. So it's like, I mean, you just feeding into the energy of the team. The energy of the team you go on the sideline. Ain't no telling what they're talking about because the offense might look bad on this series. I mean, but the defense, still went out and produced. As long as you gave them rest, they're gonna do their thing.
Yeah, you got a good
But
point there,
but
man.
this was the first game. He made me a little scared there, a little shaky there a couple times. When it
Right.
came to kicking,
Yeah.
especially after
That's
that,
true.
especially
I
after
mean,
that missed point.
well, we've seen that over the course of history in sports, man. No matter how good the player is, man, the team is just really bad and really not having a good year, man.
Right.
It's reflective on everybody. So
For
I
sure.
completely
Yeah, well,
understand that.
this is the first time we see it from our boy. It's one of the few kickers in history who's been as consistent as he has throughout the game. So,
That's true. That's true. But
and then
I think
you know kickers, they're got a very fragile psyche.
it's
When
true.
they can be beating the world, and all of a
Mhm.
sudden they miss one or two, and they gone. Just like
I'm,
you
I'm
know,
gonna give him a benefit
but
of the doubt. I think he's more of a kick to kick type guy. You know what I'm saying? I think when the team's playing well and it's actually a meaningful kick, I think he will come through. So man, that's what I'm gonna put my money
It,
on
it
right
ain't
there.
it ain't no different than when we had Nick Folk. It was the same thing. When we started having little bad spurts, he started missing kicks, and then like, hey, now at some point you got to get rid of him. But you see, he's still in
Yeah,
the league, so it
true.
just all depends. All
But the
depends
team was
situation.
inconsistent that year, so he was
Right.
right there, right in the mix with everybody else. But
Yeah.
on the
I mean,
same tip on the special teams though, we gotta give Turpin some love too. Flowing
mhm.
from offense and on special teams as a returner. He had to shoot to me the return of the year. If you ask me, which I got to
Yeah, that
say
was
about
cold.
special teams. Yeah,
That was
man,
cold.
that dead leg though, that dead leg,
Man,
man, that's
that
classic.
Madden spin was crazy work. I ain't ever
yeah,
seen nothing like that. Not to
that was
mention
something
he could have
special.
got
Boy,
popped. So it really
he
was
clamped
gutsy.
that dead leg down the ground. He hit out to his head, boy.
That boy
Man,
hit
it's a
that
thing of
spin
beauty.
and went the opposite direction. He gone.
And you knew it once he came out of there. Once you saw that
Oh
daylight,
yeah, I was like, oh,
you
he's
know it
gone.
was over.
Oh yeah.
It was a
I
wrap.
think he shocked everybody, but just the way it happened. You know what I'm saying? He was going
Yeah,
so hard the other way and
yeah.
hit that dead leg on him and just shoo going the other way, man.
he,
That
he hit that dead leg and knocked everything out. Like the
fast.
lights
Right.
went out.
And you know what? People need to really pay attention to his artwork, man. He really loves his job. Like if you pay attention to him, he really know how this thing works in terms of like the kick return and doing his job, the punt return. So if you ever pay attention to what he do, he really knows this stuff because he changes his pace. He knows when to make certain cuts. Like this boy really know what he's
Hmm.
doing.
Yeah, he
So it's
got
like
great
I
body
He,
commend
control.
he
him.
don't just grab the. He doesn't just grab the ball and start running. He
No, he
always
don't.
takes that extra second or so to like we used to say in basketball,
Hmm.
wait till the dust clears before the point guard
He
takes
does.
off with the ball. He usually waits a couple seconds or so to see what's happening out in front of him and set it up in his mind. After that, it's
Mm-hmm.
gone.
Yep, like
Yeah.
Dion and Devin Hester, how they used to do take that 1 second, take that little hop
Yep.
and
Gone.
hit it. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So how
Um,
did y'all feel about the defense?
that to me, that's the story of the game, man. I think them boys, man,
That is a string.
they looking good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Micah having some consistent impact, Devo. You don't have to give him some props, bro.
I give him
He,
that.
Yeah.
He's looking better, helping stopping the run, and I really feel like that was the biggest part of my issue with him anyway.
mm-hmm,
He it's his effort, and I still point out a couple of plays in that game where he still bothers me about certain things because I feel like in certain plays he's able to blow it up, but because in
mm-hmm,
his mind he feel like he has to play his assignment so much and listening to the coach instead of just being natural. I feel like his naturalness in certain situations he don't use it, and I'm
mm,
like them read option plays. You can tackle both players like just shoot right at it. We would rather run the quarterback pull the ball. You know what I'm saying? Or you
mm-hmm,
can fake the quarterback yourself and act like you're going to the run back and just go to the quarterback. Like, be creative. Like, bro, you are that athletic. Like, use it. Don't let the coach, so I'm saying,
mm,
bother your mind so much to where you're stuck to an assignment, bro. Use your natural talent. That's what great players do. That's my
mm.
only problem with Parsons.
Great point. Great point.
Well, I see a point, but at the same time, I realize that he's pretty much you consider a master of his craft, and he has a um, way of doing things that may not always conform to norm. I just look at his overall production. He does tend to hang around sometimes, but then just like we talked about our runner just now, our punt returner just now, he takes that little second sometimes just to see which way he needs to go. But once he determines where he go, he's gone.
Yeah.
He doesn't hang around. And a lot of times when he over pursues, the play goes right by him because he's made up. You could tell when he makes that mistake. Sometimes he'll over pursue, running so fast,
Yeah,
the
he
play
bite
will
real
run right
hard.
by him.
But you
And
but
he's
but you
still
proving
headed
my point.
towards the quarterback. And
But you're proving my points because he's thinking too much instead of just read and react. You're thinking too much because you're trying to go based off what the coach told you your assignment was versus going with your natural instinct, which you know what made you made it to the league. Like, man, if you see ball, get the ball. That's the name of the game anyway. So I just feel like he's thinking too
but
much.
the league has also caught up with Michael Parsons in terms of how to defend against him. They make different adjustments, and he recognizes that as well. I don't think any coach pretty much could tell Michael Parsons go left, go right, go up the middle. That's not how I don't think he has that kind of mindset at all. I don't think he would conform to any coaches telling him how to do his pass rush. But the league is also caught up with him. They chip block him, they double him. It's a lot that
Well,
he has to. It's a lot that he has to go through in his mind before he makes his move. Someone's going to come at him. He knows that.
yeah, but
He just
but
has to be
we
able to
we're
make
not
up his
talking
mind.
pass rush. We
His best
know.
pass to the quarterback.
I mean, we're not talking pass rush though. We talking. I'm talking stopping the run because that's our biggest issue. Our
Well,
biggest issue is
getting to
stopping the run.
objective is to get to the quarterback. Correct?
Of course, right. But
Mm-hmm.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying is like those read options. We're giving up 5 yards each time they run to his sides because he's reacting slowly because I feel like in his mind he's playing the assignment versus actually just natural instinct. Go get the ball. Like, man, you're fast enough. You're
Blow the play
athletic
up.
enough to blow it up. So I'm saying, so you seeing it, yeah, and I pointed out to y'all a couple times. He's seeing the play. It's just he's so stuck on, I'm supposed to stay in QB contain and not go get the running back. So therefore, the running back's already 5 yards down the field, and you tackling him from behind. When in actuality, we really should be stopping him at the 1 or 2 yards. So I'm saying, so now we're looking at 2nd and 8, 3rd and whatever. So like you have to look at it like that. Is what I'm saying. That's my point.
I mean, most great pass rushers always have a little flaw in them, and most of them commonly have this one right here, where they always bite in hard and on that fake, and remember DeMarcus Ware had that problem. Remember I was saying that for the longest, like he
Yeah.
always bit on that thing hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
And people took advantage of that. That RG3 used to kill us with that. So that is something you got to work on. You work on, discipline, just trusting in, the training. But Debo, like you said, them instincts, though, will come in like that. Like you got to go in. If you're gonna go in hard, you got to come in the right angle where you splitting the quarterback and the ball carrier. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
feel you on
But
that for sure.
and then at the end of it all, we still got to recognize that Michael Parsons is still relatively young. I mean, he
Oh
hasn't
yeah,
been in the league
oh
that
Oh,
yeah.
long.
for sure.
He's still
For
learning
sure.
the game. He's still learning the players. So, I have to defer and give him that little bit of respect as still learning the game. I guarantee you, every year you see him improve based on his knowledge of the game and based on what he's learned about the people he's playing against. You know,
But what are you willing to pay him for those learning curves?
that's a whole nother conversation for another day.
I know it. It's time to pay him in a
We
minute. So
Mhm.
this session will not end if we get on that conversation tonight.
I know it.
That's
I
true.
know.
Let's just
I was just
table that
curious.
for another day.
Curious you had a
Oh,
number out there. You know.
but on the flip side of that,
Hmm.
I feel like too that Overshown is helping him a lot because you got to give this to Zimmerman. Zimmerman's bringing Overshown off the opposite side of Parsons, so therefore we having
Hmm.
some containment. You know what I mean? So that's why you ain't really see
Donovan mixed in there
Jaden Daniels
too.
get off like that. So I'm saying, so he normally moves around, scrambles a little more than what he did. But I feel like Zimmerman
Hmm.
had a good game plan going into that game,
Hmm.
keeping them contained, making them make passes.
Yeah, that's true too, man. Hey, if you keep doing that, sending blitzes like that against any quarterback, hell, that's great because we got dynamic blitzers and Donovan and Overshown, so we can continue to do it. Oh, even Maris would be a good blitzer. I wouldn't mind him because he got good speed. So
He does.
those are all good things that could be all beneficial and help our defense out, especially on the back end. We don't know what lineup, what combination of guys we're gonna have in the secondary every week. So anything we can do up front to help the back end is always a great thing.
For sure.
Any other guys y'all want to shout out on the defensive side?
J. Lou, man, he had a solid game. J. Lou had a very solid game. They contain McLaurin very, very good. He usually gets off too. So I think we did pretty good overall, man. That secondary looked good, and Diggs was out. So to be honest, I ain't really paid no attention to it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was after the fact.
I thought Donovan Wilson had some good plays up in there. I mean,
he did.
He did. He had some flashes.
He did some sticking up in there. And,
right.
He's starting to come into his own.
And I feel like too, Zimmerman's still learning the players that he has on his team too. So I think he might be putting it together slowly but surely. I mean, So we'll see though. We'll definitely see.
Oh yeah. I see Mozzie. I saw Mozzie a few times during the game, and he had 3 total tackles.
Mozzie out there, he out there trying to fight every game.
Josh Butler. You're right. Mozzie is for real.
Give him his props.
Josh Butler, definitely.
Yeah.
I knew somebody had a highlight. Josh Butler had 12 total tackles.
He was the reason why we didn't miss Diggs that last game. He stepped in very nice and made some big plays, and they tried to throw against him, and he did what he was supposed to do.
Yep.
Josh,
man, when you look at where he came from a couple games ago to Sunday, I mean, it was it's like night and day. I mean, I give the boy the props. He stepped it up.
He did.
Good call on that one.
Yeah, he did. He looked really good, man. He was on. Seemed like every play, man. You always seen Butler somewhere.
But you know what, too? That's the plus two of having injuries. Them boys getting the actual reps they need to go out there and succeed. And sometimes with players like that, man, they just got to get out there and be able to play. And man, sometimes that product come out real good. So
you're right, man. You got some guys just gaming.
One name we haven't called on the defense yet is our boy.
Who that?
How you assess his play? Number 13, Overshown.
I did. I said something.
Oh, yeah, Debo brought him up first.
I said they bringing him off. They bringing him off the opposite side of Parsons. I said Zimmerman is doing the right thing. I said I commend Zimmerman because him bringing him off the opposite side of Parsons contains the play. You know what I mean? So it's really putting everybody into a box. So if you ain't coming up that middle, you ain't getting nothing.
Facts. Yeah, man. Overshown did his thing. He had a sack as well, like you said, Debo.
Diggy Zoo had some plays in there.
Diggy Zoo had some good plays.
He always been flashing though.
Yeah, I like Osa, man. I wouldn't mind keeping Osa, man, for real. But we just need a short dog next to him. Mm-hmm. He is solid, yeah. Yeah, for the most part, man. I mean, I think the Cowboys put together a very good, complete overall performance, man. It was kind of
shocking,
bittersweet, because we all kind of had our hearts set on the tank, kind of somewhat.
Right.
But it's kind of nice to know that.
Hey, I'm like Michael Parsons. I want to win. Y'all do that.
I feel you. I want to win legitimately.
I'm trying to win.
Yeah, but man,
I'm trying to win.
That probability is very, very, very low.
I know, very low. I just want to keep it real. I want to get a better pick. Real.
And I'm gonna be real. And we've been like this for 20 plus years now. Mm-hmm. We always do this in terms of our losing seasons. We'll get to winning, and then don't make the playoffs. And I'm like, man, we should have just tanked it out. So that's the only reason we feel that way. Deep down, we want to win. We want to win deep down, but I mean, in actuality, franchise-wise, you definitely want the highest pick that you can get.
But you guys say that you wouldn't mind tanking for the pick, but I'm just being real. Whoever it is coming out of college, and I don't care who we get in the first round, I don't care who we add to in the second round, until Jerry Jones decides to go out and get some Bible free agents, we're not going to improve. Everyone around us, all the contenders, all of them are going out signing people, signing free agents, signing stars. Until we go out there and make the draft, we're not going to win a Super Bowl through the draft. Trust me, that process is long,
I agree.
and we're already deep in it.
But it's where
We
it
have
starts.
got
So
to go out. We have, but starting and not finishing. What the hell? What's that worse? You know, what's that guy do so far?
I mean,
Nothing.
because technically we
So
still
my
ain't
thing
found.
is, you've got to go out there and get some good free agents. I mean, Jerry's just going to have to open up his damn pocketbook and spend some money. That's the only way. If he wants to see us out of the first round, if he wants to see us back in the playoff, even, because everybody's improving every year. Nobody did what we did this last year. That acidine shit we did this last year. Nobody did that. Only us. And you see where we are, where it got us. He's going to have to get out there and spend some damn money on free agents, or we're just pissing in the wind.
That's true. I mean, say we haven't still over how many years haven't found a D tackle that we can actually rely on. I mean, on a day-to-day basis. So I mean, that is very true. If we don't go into
And there were
the free
tens
agent and
of
find us
tens of
something that's
plenty
for
of them
sure.
floating around in that Debo. Plenty of
Right.
them DTs floating around out there. All
It
we had to
is.
do is
Yeah, it
just pick,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
But
hadn't invested in that position in a long time. We tried with Jerry McCoy, and then we just had bad luck with that. But prior to
that
that,
was bad luck.
that was bad luck. Yeah. But prior to that, I can't remember us really like diving in with maybe Tank Johnson, maybe the next biggest name.
David
After that,
Irving is who we should have kept instead of them fighting against him. They should have been with him.
that's real.
We
But
had it.
he was the one they developed to become that one for sure.
He was the Chris Jones of the Cowboys for sure.
True. But that we got lucky on that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we haven't struck gold since. So
Right.
I don't know, man. They need to dig and invest heavily in that
He
position.
said he's still healthy enough to play and good
Well,
enough.
tell them to give Jerry a call then.
I don't know.
We'll see. Either way, but on that note, we appreciate y'all joining us on this session, man. Stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe, and we'll get with y'all next time.
Cannot stop you for 1 second before we sign off.
Go ahead, sir.
I want to say congratulations to our cast member, Devin Dennis. Just got married this past Friday. He's in the club now. So we want to give him his props. Congratulations,
the Mohican.
little bro.
Everybody in the family is
son,
now married.
True.
Hey, my last son to do his thing. We finally got all my kids married, so I'm happy now.
Hey, that speaks volume. That speaks volume to you and Mama. That definitely speaks volume, man. I appreciate y'all for everything and showing us the best example.
Amen.
Thank you.
On that note, wow.
We're out.